Alright, hello. Welcome back. This is AFPDFEST Day 2, uh, where we are going to be making an AFPD video every single day until April 4th, which is Abomination Fight Pit Deluxe's 6th anniversary of releasing on itch. Today we are going to be doing a overview on Carpenter Chicken. This is going to be like an in-depth character guide, so if you're thinking of picking up the character, this is a great resource. Hopefully it will be, at least. Playstyle wise, I would generally consider Carpenter Chicken to be kind of an all-rounder character, having really fast grounded options as well as really solid aerials. Unique attributes like walled building to create combos and a float to help them both recover and combo, getting the lowest to the ground aerials as possible. Setup tools like dynamite can be useful for mixing up. There's not really an overlying weakness with Carpenter Chicken, rather than the fact that they kind of have a just an okay recovery, maybe a little below average. But the more I lab this character, frankly, the more I just think it's like they're absolutely ridiculous. I think they might even be ban worthy sometimes in my head. Well, let's get right into it. So we'll start with our Carpenter Chicken's basics here. So decent movement on the ground, pretty similar to Cat Tosser, although as you can see, much less slippery. He gets 2 aerial jumps. He's a little floaty, but not too floaty. He's a lot chunkier than Cat Tosser though, hurtbox wise. At least when he's getting hits, that is, and especially in the air, like in these falling animations, really extending the hurtbox out a bit. I guess you could consider that another weakness, is that Carpenter Chicken is pretty big, like hurtbox wise, when they're getting hit in the air. So we'll get started with the ground moves now. Jab. So this move is, in my opinion, this is the best move in the entire game. Not many moves can really contest it. It's frame 2. It's a really fast, spammable disjoint, albeit kind of small. Doesn't matter. Combos into itself. Really good damage, as you can see here. This is one of Carpenter Chicken's like most important tools. If any combo is ever fake and not 100% real, you could just do this. And then it's like, your combo's my combo, I'm playing the game now. If you ever clank with an opponent on a move, like let's say your up air clanks with another move for your opponents, just start pressing jab. Can't do anything. No move that they press is probably going to be fast enough. Even if it is worst case scenario, you clank with it, that there's no situation where you're negative off of it. It's basically the safest move in the game that also is the cornerstone of Carpenter Chicken's infamous 0 to deaths. We'll get to that in a bit here. Then we have down tilt. So down tilt's actually a bit of an interesting move. It's a little hard to see here, but it does have a fraction of a hitbox when you use it. It can spawn up to 4 crates. They can stack on top of each other, and they have, as intended, collisions. You can see here they're counted as collisions, although their actual hurtbox is a bit bigger than the actual collisions on it, so that's important to note. Each crate has 20 HP, as you can see there, so each jab's doing 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. When the crate is destroyed, the person who destroyed the crate is immune to the explosion, and anyone else in its radius will take 20%, something like that. Yeah, lots of hits done, lots of knockback. Really great for edge guarding So if you get enough time to set it up and just like you have this wall, like basically no one's gonna come back from this. I mean, especially with like you have, you know, you have hammers, you can flutter up in there. It's pretty nasty shit. So then we got up air here, or up, not up tilt. Up tilt is a pretty big disjoint. As you can see, he does have a little bit of a hurt box sticking out of his normal body, but it's really disjointed. It's a decent finisher if you're not great at the character. Like if you want to do really simple combos, Carpenter Chicken has a lot of these where it's like jab jab up tilt, jab jab up tilt, and that's like 42% there. His damage output's just ridiculous. I mean, this move alone does 11%, which is just kind of crazy. So you can kill, you can you know, boink moves with it. It's really strong. Aerial moves, you have Nair here, long-lasting sex kick, big disjoint, 11 damage starting off, and then we'll go to 9 on its weaker hitbox there. It's a little hard to show off, but there we go, you can see it, 9% there. It doesn't send as far, but it's still just a great move to throw out because it's just like boinks everything, and since it stays out for so long, it's really great against characters with lots of projectiles like RoboCat or anyone like Cat Tosser. Then you have your down air. This is another one of like his crucial moves for like comboing, although all of his aerials are really important for his 0 to death. This move is ginormous, a bit slow to start up, but has pretty much all of his moves, very disjointed, as you can see, doing tons and tons of damage. The final hit will spike, so it's great to use off stage. Then you have your up air here, another ginormous disjointed move. Does really good damage there. So I think that's like 14 or 15. Will kill very consistently across the cast at specific percents depending on who you're playing. Carpenter Chicken's special moves are probably the most unique part of him beyond his crates here. So you have neutral special. This is flutter. So if you ever played Princess Peach in Melee, kind of acts like a float tied to a button, so you can use it on the ground, as I'm seeing here. And this is the lowest to the ground aerials you can get. So immediately when you let go, the move will instantly cancel. So you can get like really fast nairs, like you can get like a huge disjointed hitbox approach with that. And since it stays out forever, if you want to just approach with that, you know, this is going to boink quite a lot of stuff. This is incredibly integral to the 0 to deaths. And this is a lot of what Carpenter Chicken revolves around. There's a lot of text around it as well. For example, an intended mechanic is like if you're fluttering in the air, you can use your air dodge. And then that's going to be, you're going to keep the, you're not going to get much invulnerability. As you can see, you get like maybe 1 frame there, but you will get the boost upwards because generally speaking, the move, as you see when I jump, it halts all upwards momentum. So it's pretty important to know, this next technique here. Sorry, I almost like destroyed my brain for a second. So if you air dodge into the ground, so this is uncharged, right? You got this flutter jump here. So uncharged, if I just jump and neutral special, nothing really happens. But if I air dodge beforehand and then I jump, I can retain my aerial momentum while keeping all of my resources, including what's left of my flutter. This is really, really great if you want to get really high up and punish your opponent, surprise them. It's just another great mix-up tool in his arsenal. And it's pretty great, like, let's say if you're... I kind of showed this off earlier, but like, let's say you're down tilting up the stage, they're trying to recover. So obviously you can throw hammers, which is this the last move we haven't covered. But you can also hop up, like, you know, get a couple aerials out. Maybe hop on top of the crates if you're really scared of them coming back. You know, do some safe down air flutters from here. Hell, you can even just attack the crates. But having this flutter jump is super, super useful in specific situations. Last move is this hammer. Kind of acts similar to like Yoshi. 10% will kill, stays out forever, and you can have multiple. So in some instances, you can even combo into them. However, combo into them into another hammer. So like I can hit one hammer, and then a hammer launches the opponent into another hammer. The same hammer cannot hit the opponent twice. The same opponent twice. So once it hits the opponent once, like even if I were to launch them into it again, there's no way for them to get hit by it again. You see, like it just went straight through TCC there. But it is a phenomenal edge guarding tool because it's active hitbox that the opponent needs to play around with air dodge and other resources like aerials and reflex. While Carpenter Chicken doesn't really have to give up any space or safety at all. You can kind of just do this. Even on mix-ups on the ground, it's like not terrible because you can aim really low. If the opponent's somehow recovering this low, you have like just so many options to just pelt them. It's very, very spammable. So now we're going to get into meat and potatoes of everything here. So Carpenter Chicken's main game plan should basically revolve around getting jab or flutter nairs. So every character is susceptible to a 0 to death on Carpenter Chicken. Every single character in the game, there is no exception. The only exception is how hard is it to do and what moves you have to start it with. Like right there, that is guaranteed death, pretty much. You can SDI and Carpenter Chicken has to react a little, but ultimately you're just dead. Like, and it's incredibly consistent. Just whoops, that's not true. But if I wasn't stupid there, that would have killed, right? You can just kind of pretty consistently start it with just jab, which, by the way, again, frame 2 disjointed move. So there's not really, Carpenter Chicken in general is really not risking much for going for this 0 to death here. If he goes for it, it's really not that big of a deal if he misses too, because basically no character in the game has as much of a punish game as Carpenter Chicken, and you can really see that with his 0 to deaths. Now they're a little tricky, as you can see here. So it mainly revolves around, if you're looking at my inputs, the combination of jab and then doing flutter and then immediately nairing, and then after a hitbox comes out, immediately letting go. Jabbing to basically get them back up in the air, and then from there you can down air, up air, and you're dead, pretty much. Now the amount of down airs, like there's a billion different variations. I'm not going to go over all of them, but for I will go over the generals, basics. So there's a couple versions of this, right? You can start with nair too, and whoops. We'll go back to TCC just for this. So you could start with nair on every character. Some characters you cannot start the 0 to death with jab. It just doesn't work. But with most characters, you can start it with either or. Like right there, that's 0 to death. Now, make sure sometimes you'll have to use that momentum of flutter to make sure you don't drop the combo. So you'll have to dash forward. It can be a really really tricky thing to get completely used to at first, but I think eventually, you know, it becomes kind of like a second nature. Like, as you can see now, I'm warmed up. I'm kind of getting it consistently. But small floaty characters like Cat Tosser and Sputnik require to start with the Flutter Nair. The jab just doesn't work. And also, the heavier the character is... Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to go to core. This combo doesn't work as well on core, but I can still probably show you a variation of it. So in general here, the heavier your character is, the more you're going to do the loop of just... The more you're going to do the loop of jab, flutter nair, or flutter nair, jab over and over again, until you can get them to that jab down air percent, because that's what you're really looking forward to confirm into your up air. So it's a little harder on core. So generally speaking with Carpenter Chicken, they enjoy stages where there are little to no platforms that obstruct. So like if we're talking best stages for Carpenter Chicken, it's pretty unarguably Fight Pit, but other okay stages for him would be like Ascent, Sample Scene, Bone Hive's okay. I would personally avoid taking core too much. It's not that terrible for it, but ultimately you're not going to get those 0 to deaths, just lots and lots of damage unless you're on the top platform. Space Highway is a similar situation, although you do have a little bit more room to work with because of that top platform, but it does mean you have to hit it in the middle there. But as you'll see here, Carpenter Chicken, we did discuss, is a floaty character, but they are susceptible to their own combo pretty well. So just because they are so big, and you can see with like their hurt box come here, like literally almost double sized in the air, which means they're really susceptible to just pretty much everything else anyone else is going through. Jab, nair, hold in place, and you're dead, right? And it works on like every fucking character. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like how this is, there's not a stronger technique in the game. I mean, Prince Slime has something with technically like a lot less moves, but it doesn't matter just because of the fact that Carpenter Chicken can do it consistently across the cast, while Prince Slime will struggle with characters like Floaty, on the more floaty side of things. Carpenter Chicken is just practice, right? Like, the only reason why I wasn't hitting it 100% consistent there is because I didn't practice enough. But, I mean, I really think if you're like a solo Carpenter Chicken main, you can really get this down. And I would recommend, like, out of anything, it is the most important thing to learn, because most Carpenter Chicken's neutral can just literally be played with this move. This move, it's a fucking everything move, you know. It's like, it plays neutral, it does your combos, it's disjointed, and it's really fast, so you can boink with it. Does your taxes, fucks your mom, you know, you name it, it does it, and it does it well. Sputnik, as I said before, you gotta start with the Flutter Nair for his specific string. Now, you also need to make sure at the beginning there to jump completely in place when you're doing that jump into down air, or else the combo will generally drop. And even then, you know, you have to be decently tight with it until you get to the down airs, because down air, if you're bouncing the opponent off the stage, it's just so crazy good with like how much hit stun there is. I think the most crazy part about this character, though, is just like, you can do it, not only can you do it on everyone, but even if you drop it, it's really not that big of a deal unless you're playing against Carpenter Chicken. It's like the only character who really threatens Carpenter Chicken on this same level is Carpenter Chicken, and maybe like he has like a 1 or 2 bad matchups in certain situations. Like I think Schlopper with Sproink can really mess up Carpenter Chicken, but Schlopper in general has to play really careful because if anything, he's the easiest character to do this combo on, because you can just go like loop. And I dropped there, but that was still 70%. And, you know, there's nothing you could do about that. Like, you're gone. I forgot to even mention this. So, blocking in this game isn't usually an amazing option, but if for some reason your opponent's trying to block against Carpenter Chicken, starting with a Flutter Nair and then going to the jab, that's just a block break. Like, they can't do anything about this. Whoops. And, of course, just like normal, if you're... Oh my gosh. Just like normal here, if you are good, you can get the 0 to death. Just like that. And I believe Schlopper's the heaviest character in the game, so... I have videos of me doing it on every single character. If anyone needs to see that for specific links, go ahead and you can go in the comments below. I'll post a video on specifically every form of it. But like I said, there's so many ways to do it. It's so consistent across the cast, and you just need to make variations. It takes a little bit of effort of doing that, but the barrier to entry of playing Carpenter Chicken is so low that it just doesn't really matter. I think literally anyone can play Carpenter Chicken and just play off of fundies, and you can get really damn far. So I spent a lot of time talking about the infinite, or not an infinite, the 0 to death, but I should talk about how he uses his other tools, because that isn't his whole game plan. He does have other things he should do. For example, what do you do in the middle of stocks? Something I really enjoy doing in the middle of stocks. I'll build a crate wall. 3 to 4 is minimum. 3 is minimum. 4 is ideal. That way, characters in general will not escape it if you are bouncing them. So, bouncing up opponents is really, really important with Carpenter Chicken. And you can do that with... Flutter Nairs, because of course you can, right? And so if I get it close enough here and I get the opponent in this sticky situation, they're kind of in this point. It's just up to me to not throw, and you can usually get an even easier 0 to death off of it. Like, it's pretty fucking nuts, I'll be real. And you could do this on any stock between most stocks. 3 is like really easy to do between stocks. 4, you're risking just a little bit of like getting hit by like a stray aerial on certain characters, I would say, but you're probably fine. It's not gonna be that bad for you. Really, it really won't be. So even if I drop there, it's still, I'm in such an advantageous situation because your back's at the ledge, your back's at the crates here, and while opponents can use crates to their advantage as well, it's going to be really, really difficult for them. You can even, if you wanted to break the crates after a certain point, if you're really scared about, like, oh, my opponent's going to use it for something to bite me in the ass. Still gotta practice these combos to the left, as you can see, but if they're afraid they're gonna use it against you, you can always break them. You know, Carpenter Chicken has decently fast ways of doing that with, you guessed it, jab, up air, nair. You know, he can, in just a couple of those, pretty much, destroy crates instantly. And that didn't kill, but that was true, and it was 97% off of a frame 2 move. And now the wall does actually work a little worse on floaties, but it's Carpenter Chicken. This is, if anything, like assurance. You do not need this in every matchup. You don't need this against every opponent. I think the hardest thing for you to practice is just these flutter nairs, because they're not as easy as I'm making it out to be, because you're offsetting your timing. So if I just press it at the same time, I just get flutter, as you can see here. So I'm offsetting by just a teensy-weensy bit, and that's how I'm getting the quick nairs. And you have to cancel it. You have to cancel it if you're doing the wall combos, or they won't work. It's very, very important that you do that. Hammer's really good for edge guarding, like I said before. If you feel like not going off stage and dealing with that. Safe finishers like up tilt are great. And like I said before as well, you know, if you don't want to do all those crazy combos, you can still do pretty easy variations with little droppage. Like that was 63% with just jab and up tilt. And you just need to kind of watch which hitbox the up tilt is hitting there. Right. It's everything Carpenter Chicken does is kind of in like a rhythm. So once you get that rhythm, you can really start to understand his combo game. And I found it incredibly satisfying to not only learn the combos, but like obviously invent these. I invented all of these strings here. And so getting these combos and perfecting them, and I thought like, oh, this is the optimal thing you can do, and then I just kept learning that there was more little optimizations that could be made. And it was so much fun learning how to do that on every character. So if you like practicing, grinding in the labs with an easy entry barrier but a high skill ceiling, I highly recommend Carpenter Chicken. However, if you're not one for like combos, or like generally an easy character, I would say, like every character in this game combos, but not like Carpenter Chicken. If you're not in it for like a character that's super easy at the start, you know, maybe best to go for someone else. But honestly, I feel like Carpenter Chicken's an everyman type of character, where I feel like there's very few people who will not enjoy playing them. I mean, they have really funny shit that you can do. I didn't really mention it much in this video, but you do have dynamite, and I'm pretty firm believer in that this move is kind of not good. Maybe that it's not even strictly not good, but it's just like, I always ask myself, like, why would you ever use this if you have these other tools? And mostly the reason is swag. But I don't think it needs to be good, frankly. It's like, why do you need to make every move good when, you know, this character has so many options already, right? He doesn't really need any more tools, because the tools that he's got are so good already. So I suppose that's kind of all I had to really talk about with this character. While there is a lot to his infinite, in general, it's a pretty simple character, right? The character itself boils down to just a couple core aspects, with certain aspects of the character being harder or easier to learn. But I'm sure you just take the time to learn, and then eventually you'll be able to do combos and get those 0 deaths. Let me get this last one on RoboCat before I end the video, because I'm going to lose my mind if I don't. You could tell this isn't in one. This is the first take, because I'm throwing like shit, but I don't care. It's fine. And there you have it, folks. Carpenter Chicken. Should we ban him? I don't know. But I do like having I do like doing funny things with him, even though honestly I went from thinking he's one of the worst characters in the game to genuinely ban worthy, and I think I might have just been insane the entire time. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Next up on the list is Sputnik. I'm gonna really enjoy that one, and I hope you all will too.